As you dig into your favorite candy bag, the chocolate bar this Halloween is a key ingredient, and it may be missing the number one ingredient, chocolate. A new report from the New York Times explores why companies are actually tweaking recipes, swapping real chocolate for other ingredients, thanks to climate change. So joining us live now is reporter behind that article, climate writer Claire Brown. What a day to do this story where we're talking about chocolate. A lot of research has been spent on this, looking into labels in the candy aisle. I've got my candy right here, so I'm kind of curious which one is the chocolate and which one's not. But we can get into that later, but let's talk about chocolate candy. What exactly is missing in it?
Yeah, so if you look closely at a candy bar, many of them used to say milk chocolate on the front of the package, and milk chocolate is actually a term that's regulated by the FDA. There's all sorts of rules about what ingredients it has to contain. What I noticed had changed is that word, milk chocolate, had dropped off the front of a few chocolate candy bars. So Mr. Good Bar, Almond Joy, Rolo caramels are no longer technically milk chocolate because they're swapping in some of those ingredients with other stuff.
So there's some fine print there. Okay, let's talk about the substitutes. What are the companies using to reduce the amount of chocolate?
So one of the most common substitutes is to swap out a milk chocolate coating that's usually made with cocoa butter. They're swapping that out with vegetable fats. In other cases, they're just using a thinner coating or using, say, fewer chocolate chips. You've also see in a chocolate bar that has, say, peanuts in it, you might see more peanuts than you used to, or more almonds than you used to, and less chocolate, kind of holding it all together.
Interesting. Does it taste different?
You know, I did not notice a difference, to be honest.
All right, let's talk about what's happening to cocoa prices and how is climate change playing a role?
Yeah, so cocoa prices skyrocketed sometime last winter. They went about fourfold above where they were back in 2022. Climate change is playing a role by suppressing cocoa yields in West Africa. There's about 6 more weeks of excessive heat in the last 10 years than there used to be. There also is some inconsistent rainfall that is making those plants produce fewer beans.
All right, so what's your advice to trick-or-treaters? Read the label, or do you think they're even going to be conscious of that tonight?
I highly doubt they're going to be reading the label tonight.
Maybe mom and dad when they bring the candy bag back home. All right, Claire Brown, thank you so much from the New York Times. Appreciate the insight to chocolate or not chocolate.